A tela cheia aqui. Deixa eu aumentar o volume.
What he did in Iceland.
What he did was ill-disciplined, utterly reckless. Give me one good reason to put him in the program, Mom.
I think you just covered them all. It's really quite simple. Bond is a bullet without a target. Let's give him one.
Hi, I'm Hakan Abrak, Game Director on 007 First Light. I know everyone has been waiting patiently to finally see our game, and that's exactly why we're here today. So without further ado, and on behalf of our talented team, I'm incredibly proud to introduce an extended playthrough of Bond's first mission as a recruit. Please enjoy our gameplay premiere of 007 First Light.
This is a black tag operation, so discretion, ladies and gentlemen, is critical.
Andando pela floresta. Tá bonito.
Now, I could get used to this.
Don't act too impressed, dearest. We'll blow our cover. And James, do quit your pouting.
I'm a glorified hood ornament. What could I possibly have to pout about?
Sorry if the assignment doesn't live up to your grand expectations. Someone must watch the perimeter. If 009 slips through our fingers, you're the last line of defense.
Exhilarating. Greenway's testing you, mate. That's all. Don't give him an excuse.
The cap looks good on you, though. Really brings out your cheekbones. Take a left up ahead, James.
Backseat driver.
What's that, darling?
Just a frog in my throat.
Halt!
Is everything in order?
Routine inspection, ma'am. Won't be a moment. All clear. Please proceed.
You think if I sold a kidney, I could afford to stay for a night?
I think I have. Stayed here, I mean. A wedding back in 22.
Doesn't sound like something you'd forget.
Well, the hen was in Cannes, so we flew in by private jet. It's dark and we've been drinking, so...
Oh, well. Can.
At least Sheila will be happy.
Private jet.
What?
Nothing. Darling, nothing at all.
What do you make of 009?
He was the best in his day. That was a long time ago. My guess is he's tired of running.
Greenway thinks we're being played.
And since when do you trust Greenway?
I never said I did.
They knew each other, though. That much is clear. Something to do with an operation called Nightfall.
That begs the question. Did 009 pick Greenway out of good faith or bad blood?
Well, we're about to find out.
Por enquanto, carro simulator, né?
Pull up. This is our stop. We're live, gentlemen. Switch to comms. Monroe, with me. James, stay.
Save the world some other time, yeah?
Afternoon. Invitation, please.
Blake and Loretta York. Plus the help.
Welcome to the Grand Carpathian. Parking is right up ahead. Mr. and Mrs. York, enjoy your stay.
Much obliged.
Oh, they will.
Right. We're entering the premises. Team status?
Nash, delivery area. In position.
Singh, staff quarters.
Ronson, conference wing.
Kingsley, first floor suites. Bond. Bond.
Parking lot. In position.
Greenway, Grand Hall. Switching off comms as instructed. Keep a low profile and don't let your guards down. 009 most certainly won't. Out.
Not exactly the 5-star treatment. No harm in stretching my legs. Bond, reporting suspicious behavior.
009?
No, one of the hotel staff. Strangest looking bellhop I ever saw. He was mishandling luggage.
Are you joking? What are we, the local tourist board?
I guess he had to be there. It was odd. I'm gonna check it out.
You will not.
Parece
009 is our only priority.
ritmo, não?
Post, James. That's an order.
Yes, Mom.
Bem parecido com o ritmo. Os desenvolvedores, né? Tende a ficar parecido mesmo.
Pardon me? Need to see a man about a bag. Missed him.
Afternoon, sir. Staff and press only.
Oh, damn. Forgot my press badge.
You're not the first.
Can I duck through? I need to catch up with that bellhop.
Show me your ID and all's good.
Better go and get my ID then.
If you want to catch your bellhop.
Fair point.
Tá bem bonito o jogo, hein? Claro que essa qualidade da higiene aqui, da live da higiene, não tá muito boa não, né? Que é 1080p só, né? Tem que ver o trailer depois, né? Que sair no canal deles, com a qualidade em 4K e tudo.
What's that?
What the? God, sorry. Oh, my.
What? Let's see. What is... Odd.
The one in the dining hall? Yeah, I checked it long ago. Wasn't so hard.
Correct.
I couldn't find a looking.
Gate crashing a black tie event? Haven't done that since final year.
I'm not really a wine person.
What?
Ken Banks, penetration tester. I need to have a stern word with your manager.
Good to have you on the team.
Okay, let me stop you right there. I have bets to make.
This guy better be worth it. Don't mind me, ladies.
Good afternoon, sir. Which room is he in?
Dunno, but he's getting an extra mint on his pillow. That's for sure.
Now, let's see what all the fuss is about.
Caramba.
There's Greenway. Hopefully I'm the last thing on his mind. What are you here for?
I gotta get back down there. Can you believe nobody chose a Scotch opener?
I literally have no idea what you just said.
Kingsley alert. Best not get spotted just yet. Need to build a case first.
Introducing bold tactical possibilities. Catch the movement of the car. I see.
Bond, status.
All was quiet in the parking lot. No sign of 009. Over. How do you do?
Where have I seen him before?
I think he models for Alexander Dupin.
Oh, right.
Now, where do you go?
This is Is it your own concoction?
I can't take credit, I'm afraid. The hotel owner has a huge collection of mixology books from the 20s.
Book collector, huh?
Oh yes, his pride and joy. He's got all sorts of antique books on display about the castle and local history.
Wonder if you could help me.
I'll certainly try, sir.
Did you notice the blonde bellhop who just passed through here?
There's a face you'd pick out in the lineup. Probably one of the Temps. He was asking for the directions to the backstage area.
A chess fiend. I knew it.
I'd stay clear of him.
Just need a quiet word. Nothing dramatic.
Inevitável.
Looking for these?
Hold on.
Just who the hell are you?
Not now. Eyes on the road. Look out.
That's the car.
It's got too much of a head start. You need to cut some corners.
Careful what you wish for.
Ambulances, watch it.
Buckle up.
Sheep! You're right!
Eita.
Brace! There he is. Clear the road! Hold tight.
Now we're talking.
Right. Who are you really?
Agent Charlotte Ross. I'm with the DGSE. That's...
French intelligence. James Bond. MI6.
Yes, I figured as much.
What's your interest in 009?
Beckett didn't spend his fugitive years on a golf course, if that's what you think. DGSE has been hunting him for a long time. This is the closest we've ever gotten, and I'm not letting him slip through my fingers now.
Sounds like we have a conflict of interest.
How about we burn that bridge when we get to it?
Fine by me.
There. Pull over.
No sign of 009.
Plenty of his friends, though. I'm not loving the odds.
I've had worse.
Well, in that case. Get down there, draw their fire. I'll flank them. We need to keep that plane on the ground.
Well, what are we waiting for?
There's that English sang-froid. Bonne chance, James.
Looks like I've got a plane to catch.
Go! Grab the lift off, now! You were warned.
Told me you needed a hand.
Can't stay here. Plane's leaving.
Right behind you.
Caramba. Caralho.
Grab the hose! Oh, no, you don't! Not without me! Talk about winging it. Okay, 009. You're next.
Package secure. Snug in the front. Did you kill the transponder? No such thing on the small radio stations 24 minutes out. No one's tracking us. Plenty of time to disappear. Come back for a plan B.
Plane's flying dark. It's all up to me. Think. Need a way to force it down. If I could access the flight control system. Let's make some turbulence.
Tem que se equilibrar ali, ó. Opa.
Never a dull moment.
Ready to go.
Need to hit your ride!
Tcharam.
Hey, I'm Patrick Gibson, and I'm honored to announce that I'm playing James Bond in IO Interactive's much-anticipated game, 007 First Light. It's thrilling to be bringing this character to life in the gaming world, and I'm joined by an incredibly talented cast, including Lenny James as Bond's mentor Greenway, Priyanka Burford as M, Alistair McKenzie as Q, Kira Lester as Bond's most fervent supporter Moneypenny, and Noemi Nakai as the enigmatic Ms. Roth.
Bond's world is all about what's seen and what's hidden beneath the surface. You've just watched an extended mission playthrough. No commentary, just a raw experience. We hope you liked it just as much as we loved crafting it for you. But there's more than what meets the eye. In this next section, we'll guide you through how it all works. The tools, systems, and choices that shape the gameplay in 007 First Light. Let's take a closer look.
Welcome to the world of James Bond in 007 First Light, where infiltration and espionage are just two of many spycraft skills. In this mission, our unseasoned but highly trained Bond must track an assassin through a sophisticated Kensington gala. You'll want to blend in with the crowd while scouting for tactical options. Creating a mental map of available pathways without giving yourself away.
Go to the security room. It's first floor, east wing, staff offices.
Got it.
Bond must gain access to the upper floors, but some areas are off limits, even for those with a stolen ticket.
Sorry, sir. Can't let you through.
Just looking for the bathroom.
Other side of the bar.
Dialogue from other characters can offer clues to the mission's progression. Listening in on conversations is a useful intelligence tactic, potentially revealing opportunities for an easy breach.
If he doesn't make an appearance in the next 10 minutes, he can watch from down here. Yeah, do that. Rob Minkley, Crux Magazine. And you are?
Rob Minkley. Sorry for the wait.
About time, Mr. Minkley. Your miss gave up on you. Right then, go grab your camera, and I'll take you past security.
Photography can be such a negative experience.
Don't recognize him.
First Light provides multiple pathways for achieving Bond's objective,
Looks young enough.
if he's prepared to get creative.
What?
Várias maneiras de completar os objetivos, né?
All set.
Follow me.
Bond's gamble has paid off.
The balcony should give you an excellent view of the stage.
Sorry, miss, but this man can't go upstairs.
Relax, fellas. He's with me.
You say so.
I read your articles in Crux Magazine on rogue AI and cognitive warfare.
Hopefully this is a good time to drop in.
You won't always receive the red carpet treatment, so sometimes you might have to take the initiative. In these highly volatile stealth situations, it pays to choose caution over direct confrontation, as everyone can be a valuable source of information.
Saunders. I'll be needing that key card.
Watch it.
What?
That needs a look.
Moments when Bond remains undetected offer the chance to survey hostile areas.
North exit. That's my way out.
Bond can use the environment to his advantage by choosing from multiple routes, exploiting opponents' positions or security vulnerabilities. Depending on the situation and the odds, Bond can always go with a quick and blunt strategy.
Could have played that a little smoother, James.
He got away with it this time, but they could have called reinforcements. Alternatively, Bond can opt for a more elegant style, using the scan from his watch to highlight options for distraction and misdirection.
What was that? I'll have a quick look.
Who sets the alarm? What's wrong with you?
Your Q gadgets are custom developed to be powered by resources found in the environment, so be sure to stock up when you have the chance. Aside from your signature watch, a gift from Q, you'll have other gadgets in your arsenal. The laser fires a direct beam of energy that can be used offensively against targets or tactically on environmental weak points.
Take care of that right away.
opening up strategic options to avoid combat or spring traps. The smoke device confuses and disorients foes, letting you pass through undetected, offering a chance for concealed stealth takedowns. The world of 007 First Light will see Bond face different opponents, some of whom cannot be bluffed or charmed into compliance. Using a dart phone to incapacitate them will give you an opportunity to talk your way out with a charismatic flourish.
First, I asked for Boston's.
Oi, I need to find Saunders. There's a chance the suspect is dressed as security. The bastard could be hiding right under your noses.
Damn. I'll keep an eye out for new faces.
But sometimes,
Cheers.
hard as you may try to stay hidden, a fight is unavoidable.
If he was from MI6...
What? Excuse me? Who are you looking for?
Relax, off-duty museum security.
Don't.
Having been discovered, Bond will need to rely on more than wit and charm to contain the situation. In melee combat against multiple assailants, you'll need to think fast. Combining throws, parries, and direct strikes with environmental takedowns and items.
Simon says don't get up.
Sometimes James will need more than his fists to get out alive. When enemies show clear intent to shoot and kill Bond, you will be granted a license to kill.
Meter bala em todo mundo.
Bond is an expert marksman. His Q pistol firearm is a great conversation starter. Enemies can provide additional firearms. You'll just have to borrow them for a moment. With quick thinking, you can turn the tables on your enemies by making the very environment a deadly weapon. Gadgets used for stealth and infiltration can also be deployed in combat to disrupt enemy attacks or provide further offensive options. Allowing you to fight fire with fire or distract to make your escape. Adversaries come equipped with different levels of armor, requiring either greater ballistic might or tactical improvisation. To support him in challenging situations, Bond can use his own instincts. This mode will help you focus on your most difficult targets. Whether human or environmental, Bond must be fast, cunning, and uncompromising to prevail in the world of 007 First Light.
Caramba. O jogo vai ser pesado, hein?
Somehow I doubt that.
27 de março. Acabou? Não, ainda não.
Special live edition of IGN's weekly PlayStation show. I'm your host, Max Scoville, and joining me to unpack the 007 First Light State of Play we just saw and discuss a few games we're playing, Jada Griffin and Brian Altano. Beyond, James Beyond.
James Beyond.
Damn it.
That was great.
Wow, yeah.
Good, very good.
Yeah, I feel like I know this is a state of play. I know this game is coming to multiple platforms, but this feels like sort of the natural progression of the DNA of something like Uncharted. Like we were all watching this and we were getting major like sort of single player, third person Uncharted vibes here, and I think it's a lot of it is the set pieces, and it feels like that mixed with a bunch of Hitman DNA. And man, I wasn't sure what to expect from this one. I was excited for it, but I was like, I'm going to let these guys cook, see what happens. I am all in on this game now. This looks fantastic.
Yeah, it's got such all of the pieces that I want in my action games. It's got that little bit of stealth, it's got that great gunplay, the environmental use, the takedowns, the fact that you can grab people and just kind of push them off of ledges and fall with them. That was a highlight for me. I was like, yes, how many people can I body slam in this 007 game? I can't wait to do that.
I don't think I was expecting it to have quite so much Uncharted DNA, but that absolutely makes sense. For anybody who's like, oh, James Bond is ripping off Uncharted, I would like to point out that without Indiana Jones, we wouldn't have an Uncharted, and without James Bond, we wouldn't have Indiana Jones, because that's what Steven Spielberg made when he couldn't get the rights from Albert Broccoli. So, here we are. Everything goes full circle. I'm getting a little bit of Deus Ex too. Like, yeah, I love that it's, Hitman is all about being sneaky and stealthy, and Agent 47 is all about kind of blending into the background. But ultimately, like, he is, he's the Grim Reaper. Like, he's kind of just, he blends into the backdrop. But like Bond is a bit more of a personality, and also he regularly just gets loud. And I was sort of skeptical to see how IO Interactive would be handling the action side of things, because you can get loud in Hitman. Like, it's a solid toolbox of ways to kill people, but like the melee in this, I was not expecting to be so robust. Like, it looks kick-ass. Yeah.
You mentioned like before the show started, while we were watching, you mentioned Sleeping Dogs, and I was like, yes, that's exactly the vibes. I was trying to figure out what it was. I was like, is it Sifu with the combat? Is it Arkham? Is like, no, Sleeping Dogs is where it's at. And that's such a great connection to make Max. Like, the combat looks a lot of fun. The fact that you can pick up the pool balls and throw them at people, like, it's just, there's so many options you're going to get in this, and I can't wait to do that. I think also, based on some of the things they were talking about, it seemed like we're going to be able to have different exit points, meaning the mission can end differently, which is not uncommon for, say, a Hitman game, but it is uncommon for like an action game with a story, where generally you're leaving from the same point, where it's kind of, the ending is kind of scripted. What you do in the middle is up to you, but the fact that the ending is a little unscripted, it seems like, would be really cool.
You know what that reminds me of, Jada? Most people's favorite James Bond game, which is 007, the N64 game, the single player campaign in that had multiple difficulty tiers, right? And based on those difficulty tiers, it wasn't just that enemies were tougher, but you had new criteria that you had to accomplish. And each one of those things had sometimes entire areas that you could only access through a key card that was on the more difficult level. And so I'm really excited to see that kind of stuff unfold here, because it seems like you might be able to do a straightforward playthrough, or you might be able to get a little creative in the margins and kind of mess around and find a whole new way to take things down. Even if like you said, those story beats end at the same of every chapter, I really like the idea of having this experience that you're James Bond and it's got this big sweeping story and these characters and stuff like that, but you have a lot of wiggle room on how you want to handle those things in between, because I feel like that's going to create some really funny moments and some really impressive moments, people streaming, people uploading clips and stuff like that. Like, that's what this is all about. Also, it gives you replay value in, was probably going to be like a $70-$80 single player game, so that helps a lot.
Yeah, my big concern, I think, going into this was that it would be too linear, and it still remains to be seen, but I'm considerably less worried about that now, because it really does seem like, there's a point A and a point C, but point B can be a lot of different spellings and fonts and character styles. Like, how you want to approach that seems pretty wide open. And I'm knowing IO, like, with how they handle like Hitman, I really feel like there's going to be a lot of optional objectives, and there's going to be a lot of like, did you try doing this? Did you do that? And I'm dying to see how much Bond I guess reacts to that as a character, because like I always said that like Hitman World of Assassination is already like a pretty perfect 007 game. The difference is that like the quippy one-liners that Bond says are just the name of like unlockable things that 47 does. Like they have lots of really corny wordplay that's buried in the menus in Hitman, and I feel like in this case, you know, Bond is just going to fire off like he had that line in there where he's like, photography can be a very negative experience or something.
Yeah.
Yes, just give me that cornball nonsense. I love it. I'm into it. And you know, we got a little glimpse there at the tail end. There was the whole pre-order splash screen, and I think you get like four costumes or something with the deluxe edition. I interviewed the head of IO back at IGN FanFest or IGN Live, and one of my things was like, okay, so like so much of one of the fun things in Hitman is like unlocking all these weird gadgets and costumes and different accessories and all that. Are we gonna have that? And he was like very hush hush about it, but just based on what they're kind of showing off out the gate, I feel like there's going to be like an entire legacy wardrobe of great Bond outfits beyond just the what he's wearing here.
Yeah, they have a very, very deep history to pull from here between all the characters in the movies and the books and all that fun stuff. And it's really cool to see. I think you nailed it, Max, because like you James Bond, Daniel Craig got into it a bit. Those were a little more grounded, but like he is kind of corny sometimes. He drops silly one-liners. That's part of like the sort of appeal of the character is, he's outside of just being like this, trained assassin, hitman type character that, infiltrates international espionage and all that. He's also like, he's trying to get women to go home with him by being, kind of cute and funny about it, and it works for the most part. And so that is the thing that you need to nail for this character. It's also really cool to see, like we've been hearing stories for years about the what's going on next with the actual Bond film franchise, and they've talked repeatedly about wanting to go for someone younger. There were rumors about Idris Elba at one point, and I think those rumors went on for so long that he was like, I'm too old for this, like get somebody else. And so them going into this franchise with a younger actor is really cool to see, because we haven't really gotten to see anything like that in a long time in the movie. It's just somebody who's just kind of just starting out, just getting their bearings. And to me, that's like you could build a franchise for 10-15 years, which in this day and age is only 2 games, but still that's really cool. Like this whole stuff here where you show up to this like gala and there's a crowd this is so like deliberately specifically out of the Hitman playbook, right? And we've also seen scenes like this in Uncharted also. And I love this. Like this is these little playgrounds, these little sandboxes, these set pieces that all come together. This is again, we all knew this was going to be a good idea when we heard the studio was working on it. And the more we see the peanut butter and chocolate in action here, the more I'm like, yeah, feed me. I give this to me, and we don't have to wait that long, which is awesome.
I'm just saying, I'm happy. This is our first Bond game. By the time it drops, it'll be like 14 years since our last Bond game, which has been a minute.
What was it? Was the last one the GoldenEye remake?
It was the 007 Legends, I believe, was the last one we got back in 2012. And from kind of perspective, game design, game development time, 2012 to I want to say like 96, 97, we had like 14 Bond games in that time period, and now it's 14 years to the next one. So it's kind of crazy. I'm happy that this one looks so good at its kind of initial showing, because this can help bring more fans into these genres. There's like Hitman games are great, and a lot of people play the Hitman games, but
será que vai ser só isso mesmo? Fala mais uma novidade, só os caras conversando aí, senão eu vou encerrar.
Looking at this and being like, wow, jeepers, this looks cool. And they hadn't messed with Hitman World of Assassination. Fix that immediately. Those games are... I was kind of asleep.
Dá uma olhada aqui.
The first one came out episodic, and then the second one was, I forget, something else came out the same day or whatever. And then 3 rolled around, and it was right after the PS5 came out. And I wanted something like...
Vi no site deles.
To just, mess around with. And I got completely hooked and wound up sinking like 200 hours into all those games because they're spectacular.
Vê se tem...
track record of Bond video games. They've
pre-order. Já dá pra comprar?
Being, GoldenEye, and for the most part, they've been just kind of straightforward action games.
Vamos lá. Ver.
A dash of stealth in there, but stealth has always been pretty
300.
Like that whole, that level of sneaking around, but also social manipulation, improvisation on the fly, and these are things that are really hard to implement in a video.
Já dá pra comprar já.
Qualified developer at the wheel, and that is exactly what IO.
R$300.
I mean, like, again, there's a lot of stuff that Agent 47 doesn't do, and it works with his character, and it makes sense. And you could do like a straight palette swap and just put a Daniel Craig head.
Standard.
It's a Bond game, and it would be okay. Like it would still be fun, but it wouldn't
Peraí.
be fully authentic. And I like that they,
Somente
they've retooled
a
to make it make more sense.
versão da Steam, do PC, vai ter Standard.
Set pieces and shootouts, and
As versões de especialista e Legacy vai ser para console.
I like that you can BS people. Like you can get caught by like 8 guards and then just be like, hey,
Vamos ver quantos que tava no.
I guess maybe you don't always
you charm your way out of it.
Yeah.
Basically. Yeah, I mean that is a
Não tá vendo ainda.
like it's really cool to see. It's also like we were talking.
Isso aqui de edição de colecionador, né?
This isn't exactly a franchise that like younger generations are completely connected to. Like it's sort of like, we got a really awesome Indiana Jones game
Mais alguma coisa no site?
tomorrow, I believe, and they nailed it. They got the assignment, and I don't think the last movie did. And I'm a lot warmer on the more recent James Bond movies than I think a lot of folks are. Max, I know you just rewatched those too. They're great, but I
Sim, português.
franchise for a while that
Nem português BR não tem, nem de Portugal.
What are you talking about? Kids today can't get enough of the Cold War. They love it.
So yeah, I do think
Sem requisitos mínimos.
first exposure to this character, and then it'll get them an opportunity.
Aí é foda, né?
Maybe check out some of the best movies and books, but like seeing this and Indiana Jones both like live on in video game form has been really cool to see. As somebody that like grew up in the 80s watching these movies, and now I get to see these things. And what's interesting is like Indiana Jones is still sort of handcuffed to Harrison Ford. You got Troy Baker doing an impersonation. Bond's never been that way. Bond is historically, like, if anyone who's older than 15 has had multiple Bonds in their lives, basically. And so that's like, we get another one here, and that's awesome. Like we've seen Bond games where they were like, this is Pierce Brosnan, right? Very specifically about him, or like they'll have unlockable characters from previous ones. This is a brand new Bond for like a new generation, and I'm all for it. Like, this just looks like a blast.
I dig that it's video game first. Like, it is not, it's not a tie-in with the movie. Like, this is them giving it the proper treatment it deserves. And like, video games since the jump, since day one, have been borrowing so heavily from a handful of movie franchises, and like Indiana Jones is one of them. Look at Pitfall, and then other ones being Aliens, Predator, stuff like that. Die Hard. Bond is a big one. Anytime there's like so many, how many video games have borrowed like cool gadgets? Like the idea of just you want to do cool spy stuff. You want to Bond is effectively like, the original novels are this kind of this power fantasy of like, you are seeing this from the point of view of this suave, arguably super powered secret agent who just always saves the day and always gets the girl and all that. And we've seen that reinterpreted countless times over in movies, but it's so cool to see it given the proper amount of intention and gamification it deserves. And I'm stoked on this. Also, real quick, I do want to say I rewatched the most two recent Daniel Craig movies, and I think that pound for pound, Daniel Craig has the best Bond run. There's one key piece of advice I would say to anybody who wants to go back and revisit those. You got to treat Casino Royale and Quantum of Solace as one movie, and you got to treat Spectre and No Time to Die as one movie. Like, there's this, it's 5 movies, but there's this weird like 2-part intro, 2-part outro. But the first part flows into the second part, and the fourth part flows into the 5th part, and it's a totally different viewing experience if you actually watch them like that. Anyway,
no, it feels like when people are kind of lukewarm on a TV show as it's airing, but then they go back and binge a season and they're like, oh, this makes so much more sense, or just it was an odd narrative choice for them to do that, but it works when you run them back to back. I wonder if they're gonna do, like, I feel like there's a lot of opportunity for DLC for this, not to like get ahead, get ahead of the cart here, because the game's not even out yet, but that's the thing that Hitman did so well, was just to sort of be like, hey, we just dropped a new puzzle box, like, enjoy. Like, they can very easily be like, we're doing a mission at like a music theater, or like you're at this outdoor thing.
My big hope, and this is where I love that we're like, here's what you're getting for Christmas, and you're like, here's what I want for Christmas next year. With Alien Isolation, they did like the original story that was set in the Alien universe, and it was clearly faithful to it, but it was just doing its own thing. And then for DLC, they were like, yeah, but here's the original Alien movie. Like here's a retelling of that in video game form. I hope we get like Dr. No, Goldfinger, stuff like that. Like I would love it if we got little standalone DLC missions, and maybe it's got a Sean Connery skin or something, or maybe it's this current Bond and it's just been retooled a bit to be, hey, here's like a modern reinterpretation of this weird man who likes gold things, or this like
kind of give it the greatest hits kind of selection, and just really flesh it out and give the fans something that they love about the series.
I will say my one kind of not concern, but I guess something I'm curious about is how this flows as one cohesive story, because
I wanted to ask you guys about that, because like we saw a lot of footage of like it, the state of play started out with like a very slow driving car in what looks like an open world, and if you're a gamer, you're kind of like, oh, can I go off road, can I go here, can I go there? And I think a lot of that is going to feel a lot like the stuff in Mafia, where it's just like they built this very beautiful set, and they let you drive from point A to point B. Maybe there's a little bit of wiggle room, maybe there's some collectibles or secrets or something like that, but I think a lot of this is going to be like you'll be on a helicopter or on foot or in a car going from mission to mission, and they'll have some conversations sort of interstitial unpack that way. But I don't think you're going to get like I really hope people can look at this and understand that this is not going to be like a GTA 5 size open world thing.
But
yeah, like I think these are going to be more used as like transition pieces to get you from set piece to set piece.
I don't know why, but I can't stand like expositional walk and talks where you like start off a mission and you just got to follow somebody for 20 minutes. But for whatever reason, if you're doing it in a Jaguar, I'm like, yeah, I could do that.
It makes more sense.
I'm really curious, like the part they pull up to the gate and the whole thing, you're pretending you're a chauffeur. What happens if you just ram into the gate? Can you do that? Can you just like completely flub the mission by like hitting one of those guards? Sorry, my bad. No, but like the Hitman games, each level is its own kind of self-contained Bond movie. Like they're these wonderful little just capsules, and occasionally there is some overarching story that connects them, but for the most part, what I love about them is that they are these little they're little clockwork dioramas you get to mess around with. And in this case, I'm like curious to see how they handle it. Like is this going to be effectively like, oh, okay, it's a Hitman level, and then there's a cutscene, and then you're in like a Forza Horizon stuntman sequence, which isn't an open world race. It's like a very carefully curated driving set piece. But I mean, how many branching paths are there in this driving sequence? Because it looks rad, it looks really cool. But again, this is the kind of thing when you're, this is a carefully rehearsed demo showcase of the game, and it's definitely showing its best side. But like, what is it? How much does it hold your hand, or how much does it like punish you for going off the rails a little bit?
They're not.
It's probably close to like the Uncharted 4 Jeep scene, where you have alternate paths you can take as you're going down the roads, but there's obviously optimal paths. There's things that you'll see if you go down one path versus the other. I think that's fine. I think it's fine that those experiences live like that. I don't need those kind of more open exploration things. Would it be cool? Maybe. It depends on how much of that is actually designed to be cool by the devs. Just giving open road doesn't do much for the game if there's nothing to do in it.
Zero interest in like exploring a big open world as James Bond. That doesn't sound cool to me. Having weird little claustrophobic but still versatile and open levels, like Hitman style stuff, I'm in on that. Curious to see where the set piece side of things goes.
I think we can like glean a couple of details from what we saw in the open-ish areas here. Like obviously, like you guys both just said, we didn't get the part where like the screen turns gray and there's a counter and it says like turn back around, you're in the wrong direction, right? Like every one of those games has. But we did see him drive a truck drive his car off of like a truck and he just landed on the road. There wasn't anything. There was no need for it. He didn't save any time. He didn't trick anybody into thinking he was a stuntman. He just did it because it was cool. And so I wonder how much of that stuff is going to be out there. Just, a little bit of environmental freedom in terms of playing with toys and stuff.
So let's talk about the coolness meter here, because you have this thing on the bottom right here, your instinct meter, which is your little, it looks like your little electricity battery thing.
Your focus.
Yeah, your focus. Yeah. And it slowly builds up as you do stuff. You kill a dude normally, you get 5 points. You blow up an entire airport, you get 14 points or whatever. And it's
the math's not mathing on that one for me.
I'm dying to see how this works, and I think it's a fun little bit. Like, one of the things I do love about the Hitman games is, like, as you play them, you know, there's all these you'll get like little treats. You get little kind of, you know, they'll kind of drip feed you, like, oh, you did this thing, you unlock this thing, you found a new area, and you get like this many, you know, Agent 47 Hitman bonus points, whatever the hell they're called. And at the end of the level, you trade that stuff in, or that stuff gradually unlocks, you know, basically level tiers and things like that. And in this case, it seems like you're kind of using them in the moment, which is a totally different dynamic. And I guess it encourages you to try more stuff and then kind of pay it forward. You know, you unlock some things. You know, you get your your dart gun that gives people stomach issues and they go throw up in the corner. The best feature. I love it.
I mean, that the guy who went to check on the water also at the beginning, that guy took a really long time to go investigate a water spout just to turn it off. I was like, he's just over there just looking at the water spout. Just turn it off, man.
Yeah.
Go back to your post. That was a little odd. But yeah, no, the gadgets and stuff look really cool. I think the focus that focus meter is really going to lend itself well to optimization around like speed runs for people who really get into this game, because depending on what your focus meter, that'll depend on, hey, can you bluff your way through this area and shave off 4 minutes of your time, but in order to get enough focus.
Gente, eu acho que não vai ter mais nada aqui. Fiquei um tempão aqui esperando pra ver se vai falar mais alguma coisa, mas acho que só isso mesmo. Vou encerrar por aqui. Qualquer novidade, se tiver mais alguma novidade aí na gameplay, uma notícia, eu faço um vídeo e trago pra vocês. É isso, valeu todo mundo que acompanhou. Tem um próximo vídeo.